Hello and welcome to our chat today. I want to discuss this issue about the White House, the Biden administration. We just got reports that it is considering options to grant temporary legal status and work permits to immigrants living in the United States without legal permission. Those people that are married to American citizens, according to three sources that are familiar with the matter. Now, this move could galvanize some Democrats in advance of the November elections. As you know, the United States is holding its elections in November this year, and therefore there are those that are looking at this issue as politically motivated, so to speak, which means that there would be some people would think that this might be beneficial to the Biden campaign, for especially to those people that would like to, you know, to benefit from such arrangement, and they're hoping that 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 the people would come out in big numbers to support his campaign, to support him in his campaign in trying to become or to get a second term in office in November this year. So, under pressure from the Democratic lawmakers and advocacy groups, President Biden is looking at taking some actions to safeguard immigrants living in the country unlawfully, while also exploring some other executive measures that would decrease illegal border crossings into the country. So the argument here is that by so doing, this will also discourage people from making illegal crossings into the United States. I'm not very sure how that is related, but that's the argument that is being made. And in the United States, an American citizen can get married to an illegal immigrant, but that illegal immigrant does not have a clear path to citizenship, and the process is very long and tedious. So the idea here is to make such arrangements a little easier. And I think this is, as we have said, according to those sources, this is a temporary measure, which means that even if the process will have started, by the time maybe this measure will be stopped, because this would be, of course, an executive order by the president, then the person that is involved would have to take it up from where it stops after it has been stopped, because these arrangements can only be for a certain period of time. So it's not very clear how helpful indeed this idea would be, but obviously those that are planning this, those that are advising President Biden, must have thought it through, and there's definitely going to be people who will try to gain or to attain to get to have this plan be useful to them. If the undocumented immigrant wishes to obtain legal status through marriage, they would typically need to pursue a process that is called adjustment status process, involving applying for a green card, which is a lawful permanent residence, arrangement or program based on what is called a marriage to an illegal alien, as they say here. But this process can be very complex and may require the assistance of an immigration lawyer. Most of the time, lawyers come in are required for you to be successfully able to do these things. And if especially an immigrant entered the country illegally, then that is already a complicating factor. So let's talk about this. Let's look at it. If you are an American citizen and you get married to somebody who came into the country and is in the country illegally, what is supposed to happen? People think that if you are an American citizen, then you can marry whoever you want and then apply for them, and very quickly they would also become American citizens. Nothing could be further from the truth. The truth is, it is important to know that marrying solely for the purpose of immigration benefits, for example, is considered to be immigration fraud and is illegal in the United States. So both parties have to get into some arrangement that is in good faith. The marriage must be one that is in good faith. Well, that's the legal angle that these unions are looked at by the United States government, meaning they want them to be people that are genuinely intending to build a life together and not doing that purposely for immigration reasons. That is why, as I said, it's considered as fraud. If you are caught doing that, then the penalties are very stiff. So, if this plan goes through as it has been proposed, or if White House gets its way before the November election, it is expected that quite a number of people will vote for the Democrats, and that is where the the importance of this matter really lies. And as I said, this is not going to be forever. So once they put this in place, it is expected that after some time, most likely, I am not an authority on this, but I can speculate, most likely soon after the elections in November, soon after the president is sworn in January 2025, then it will not take very long before that plan is shelved. Now, of course, this is with the assumption that the person that takes of the White House after the elections will be a Democrat, and in this case, President Joe Biden. Should the president become, or rather, should former President Donald Trump win the election, because clearly it is the two of them that will be um, running for this office come November. There is no doubt in my mind, unless, of course, something tragic, God forbid, happens, is the two of them, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump, will be the ones that will be running for this position of the President of the United States. Should it be former President Donald Trump who becomes the president, then I can assure you, if this plan will be in place, it is very, very likely, according to the many people that we have talked to and analysts that we have seen pontificating on American TV stations, then he would immediately um, do away with that executive order. And then the status quo would remain. And of course, other steps would be taken, because the Democrats have the opposition in regards to the immigration issue, and of course the Republicans also have a very different approach towards the issue of immigrants coming into the United States. So this is the information that we got, we will follow up and see what happens after that, and see whether it really is going to be beneficial to the Democratic Party, and in particular, specifically to President Joe Biden's campaign as he tries to get a second term in office come November. Remember that this issue about immigration is quite divisive here in the United States. People take very, very, uh, very different positions on the matter. Sometimes people have hard stance, a hardline stance. I mean, to this issue, while others may not take it very seriously. But all in all, it's a divisive issue and an issue that is always a determinant when it comes to the elections of the president here in the United States. So we will wait and see how people will really benefit. And I think we'll come back here at some point and look at what has been put on the table and what has indeed succeeded and what may not have succeeded, or what other people are saying about this. Because, as I said, it's a very important issue when it comes to the politics of the United States, and of course, not just the politics of the United States, but for people that would like to come into the United States for one reason or the other. So they will be following this very closely, not just in the United States, not just those that are here, but those that are also watching from outside the United States, and mainly people that live on the southern border, rather beyond the southern border of the United States, because they are the ones that it is said are able to easily get into the United States without having to fly in a plane, for example. So I think we will not make this video very long for today, because, as I said, we will have a follow up in the coming days, even as this plan that is being considered by the White House, the options that would grant temporary legal status and work permits to immigrants living in the United States without legal permission and who are married to American citizens. This matter will certainly unfold as days go by, and especially now that that the campaigns are in top gear. Everybody trying to get to convince the voters that they are the right people, and this goes beyond just the president, because, of course, in the November election, we are going to also see other representatives in the states, and as well as in Congress and some in the Senate. We will see all kinds of people being elected and others being kicked out. And this is one of the issues that is very important, even as they do their campaigns, because it affects people across the board. So it's not just President Biden, but also other people that will be running for office at different levels. So we'll keep watching, and hopefully we'll do a follow up in the days to come. Remember to, as always, subscribe to our channel and hit the like button, and also pass the word around that this is the channel that people need to be watching here on YouTube. For now, I say bye bye, and we'll see you in the next one.